Hi guys, hope everyone's well and welcome back to the Improvement Podcast. So today I'm going to touch on or create an episode slightly different than usual. I'm going to do another prep update just because I quite enjoyed doing it last time. I've had quite a good response from doing so, and I think through giving you an update might be interesting for yourself, and also there might be some take homes and some informative content I can put across while doing so. So those that don't know, I'm preparing for a bodybuilding show, and hence why if you follow me on Instagram, you see those weekly updates in those blue thongs. They're actually posing trunks, and I send those check-in photos across to my coach whenever I take them, hence why I wear them to post my weekly updates, that sort of thing. So yeah, they're basically what I'll have to wear on stage. Might seem a bit funny looking, to be fair, if you're not involved in bodybuilding or pay attention to it at all, but yeah, you basically get assessed on how you look, and in terms of muscularity, how lean you are, how symmetrical you look, how balanced your physique looks, as well as a few other things, I believe. But yeah, I'm not in it to look clean, look shredded, and kind of like be like, oh, look at me, and get up on stage and look in front of everyone or be in front of everyone. I'm more in it because I enjoy the training, enjoy the process of training, following my nutrition, a meal plan, making, like, having routine to my day. I enjoy the progress you get from training from the gym, but I don't thrive or seek like the attention on stage, if that makes sense. It's just kind of part of the process of doing what I'm doing. So in terms of where I'm currently at, so I'm currently 23 weeks deep into dieting, deep into contest prep. So yeah, started it 23 weeks ago, and I was 194 pounds when I started, and now I'm at 166 pounds, so 28 pounds down in total. Might seem, oh, obviously it's depending on what your views of fast may be or a slow rate of gain, but yes, that is a long time. But the reason why I've done it for a long time is when you do get really lean, not saying I'm shredded or that lean, but not meaning to say that in like a arrogant manner, but when you do get lean, you have the ability to lose muscle tissue a lot easier. There's negative effects to losing at a fast rate. You have more fatigue come with it than, let's say, the first 5 pounds someone who may be classed as overweight might lose. So yeah, it will have a different effect, the first 5 pounds and the last 5, for example. So you want to be relatively slow at the end. Also, reason I started so early is just give me and my coach enough time, me and my coach AJ Morris, enough time to diet the weight off and not be stressed or rushed or run out of time to do so, because interruptions happen. Thankfully, touch wood, we've not had a ton of interruptions and it's been pretty smooth. But yeah, just so we've got plenty of time to get in stage condition. And no off-plan meals throughout the prep, no cheat meals, no burgers or anything like that. I've just been following a meal plan from my coach, and to be honest, like, I enjoy it, so it's not bad. Obviously, after it, I will have a bit more freedom, a bit more enjoyment when it comes to my nutrition. I won't be afraid to eat other foods, eat off plan, that sort of thing, but still be sensible. But I don't mind it too much. The thing is, I don't want to say worst thing about it, like I'm moaning, because I'm choosing to do this and I enjoy it for the most part. But the worst thing is just like a lack of energy. Your mood's a bit worse, and oh yeah, your mood can be pretty rubbish, and as a result, you can be a bit crabbit, which I don't like being, especially for folk around me. But I don't use that excuse. I try and handle it as best as possible, and also the hunger. So you're just lack of energy and lack of hunger, which is a bit rubbish, and feeling weaker in the gym, which is never good. And in terms of my meal plan, I don't know the calories, because whenever I talk to people, first thing they ask is how much calories are you on, and I don't know. And I don't want to work them out because they are pretty low right now. And if I know, right, I'm going into the gym and I'm eating really low amounts of food, that's not going to help my performance. That's not going to help my mindset. So I'd rather just not know and just eat the food that he tells me to eat. But right now, on training days, I have 2 meals with carbohydrates in them. And on rest days, I'm having 1 meal with carbohydrates in them. So pretty low. And in terms of cardio and steps, right now, I'm not doing any cardio. I was doing cardio. I was doing 35 minutes, 6 times a week. And now my cardio has been removed. And the reason being is just to let my legs recover a bit better for going into the show, which I'll get to. And my steps are currently 12,500 training days and 15,000 on my rest days. So my first show is a week tomorrow, which is really exciting, and I'm going to be starting to peak for my first show, so I'll run through that briefly. So my coach hasn't outlined my exact plan, and to be fair, we won't know the exact plan because it's not like, right, do this for this week or eat this and then you'll be ready. It's like we don't know how my body will react to an extent. Obviously, we've got some data and information to go off from previous week, but we don't know exactly how I'll react to it or to a certain amount of food, if that makes sense. But basically, the rough plan, I believe, is run some sort of devolume week, so like a deload week in the gym. So I'll only be doing like 1 set per exercise for the start of the week. Probably, I'm not sure what you'll give me guideline wise, but maybe he'll tell me to back off the intensity or not, maybe go as slow on the way down because that can cause muscle damage, which causes inflammation, which makes me look a bit inflamed, which maybe could look a bit watery, blurry looking, if that makes sense. Sounds a bit weird if you aren't familiar with these terms, but basically if I drop fatigue, so drop the tiredness, which you can see visually if you're really lean, and eat more carbohydrates. Like when you get a pump, you look nice and full, you look nice and big. That's what carbohydrates do. So if I do both of them going into the show, I'll get more fullness into my muscles, I'll see more definition and detail, and I'll look better going into it. So yeah, that's the plan starting tomorrow. So I'm really excited, to be honest, because yes, I've only been dieting for 23 weeks, but this has been 2 years of work in the making, if that makes sense. What I'll look like next week is the actions I've put in the last 2 years. It's not the last 23 weeks because I've built the tissue in the last 2 years when I've been in a surplus, when I've been eating, looking worse weekly because I'm gaining body fat and just doing the boring stuff consistently, to be honest. But yeah, really looking forward to it. And the plan after my first show, so I've got another show 2 weeks later, and that's another qualifier. Both shows are qualifiers. And then I've got another 2 shows after those 2, and they're all 2 weeks apart, which kind of sets up pretty well. So I can like peak for the show, and then I can diet down a bit more if I need to, or we can make adjustments if we need to, and then we can peak for the next show, if that makes sense. So it gives us a good timeline, I believe, as far as I'm aware anyway. And yeah, so that's the plan. And like I said, the qualifiers are to go at the finals, and through the finals, we'll see where that takes you. You can always get the chance to travel to bigger shows and bigger competitions, and potentially even get funded to do so, I believe. But to be fair, I'm in a good headspace now. I'm just focusing on nailing everything to the best of my ability and trying to win as best as possible, preparing all I can, and what happens on the day. But I just know when it's done after the shows, I'll be able to say up to this point, and I don't plan on changing it, that I've done everything in my power to be the best I can come show day. So in terms of how I'm feeling, I'm a tiny bit stressed. So very marginally, I'm not super stressed or that, and the reason why I'm not is because the work's kind of been done. It's not like, yes, you can present yourself poorly on stage, things can go wrong, that sort of thing. But I trust my coach, and I've kind of been like I've put the work in. I've already like been working for the last 23 weeks and dieting for the last 23 weeks. So it's not like it's all gonna be down to my actions on one day, because I've done most of the work, and most of the work's done. It's time to kind of, obviously I've still got more to do. I've still got to prepare and make sure I'm nailing everything, but it's kind of a case of everything's done and it's just a case of enjoying the day. And in terms of, yeah, so I'm feeling pretty good, to be honest. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to more food tomorrow, if he puts more food in, which I'm hoping so. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And after my show, I'll probably be digging a bit more body fat after, because I could be leaner than I am right now. There's still more body fat to come off. But we don't want to be 100% for the finals, because it's not healthy, it's not sustainable being 100% as lean as I possibly can. It takes a toll on your body, and it's not a good place to be in hormone wise and just general health, energy wise. Not that I'm crazy far off it. Yes, I've still got more to lose for sure, but not that I'm insanely far off it. But it's just good to like ease into it for the qualifiers and not be 100%, because it's hard to maintain the 100% look. If that makes sense. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the kind of rundown on where I'm at and what the plan is. But yeah, looking forward to things. I might do a show recap and talk about how my first show goes. Hopefully it will be positive. I'm sure it will be. But yeah, I'm competing in Manchester next weekend on the Sunday, so travelling down the Saturday, and yeah, going with my girlfriend. She's driving me down, and my family's going to be there, so really nice of them to come and support me. And yeah, my girlfriend driving down, so I can just chill out a bit more and not be super stressed, because if you're stressed, that can impact how you look, how you utilise carbohydrates. It can mean you retain water and look a bit worse. So yeah, looking forward to things, and hope you enjoyed the update. And yeah, please like, subscribe, share, put on your story if you did enjoy it, that sort of thing. And any questions or anything you'd like to know, any topics you'd like covered in future episodes, then please just ask.